I check. Okay. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be facing you guys because I need to drive. So, in order for all of us to get back on the ship safe, I need to keep my eyes on the road. Okay, so I'll be talking with you guys. You guys will be listening, and if you have questions, please ask. If I don't know what you're asking, I'll look it up for you, and I'll answer your question. Only God knows everything. Okay, and if I don't find any answer for you, I'll make an appointment with you next time or the third time you're in Bonaire. So we will meet each other again. I already have a date with you guys. So and I can answer your question. Okay? Everything alright with you guys?
Yeah.
Woo! Right, so I already have dates. So saying that, let's start with a tour.
Yeah.
The only pink airport in the world. Can you imagine why? Sorry? Yes! Flamingos! So, as soon as you enter, you can start feeling what is the most popular animal, creature of the island. That is the flamingos. Flamingos are very protected and we like them very much. So that's why they promote the pink color. We have daily flights coming from Holland. Because in front of the airport, there's a donkey sanctuary. Earlier, the airport didn't have a fence. So when the donkeys escape from the donkey sanctuary, they all get reunited on the plane track. They had to be running behind the donkeys so before a plane could land. After they run by the donkeys, they all get reunited at the beach. So that's why the beach is named Donkey Beach. About the ocean first, and then we're going to the salt pans. The ocean, on the ocean side. Right here, Hilma Hooker, where all the pickups are standing, there's a boat named Hilma Hooker that was discovered a few miles on the coast of Klein Bonaire, Little Bonaire. When they get closer to the ship, they found the ship with no passengers aboard. So they start announcing on the news, Hilma Hooker was found on Bonaire, no one on board, please the owner come claim the ship. The first one to claim the ship was the DEA. When the DEA arrived, they found a double bottom with 2.3 tons of coke and marijuana. All the drugs that was smuggling about that time was from one owner, the Colombian drug lord, Pablo Escobar. So he wasn't stupid either to come and claim it. So it stayed quiet and they sent the ship right there when all the pickups are standing. So now is the famous dive spot from the south part of the island. When you see the light blue color of the water, we are talking about 12 meters of depth. It's very shallow. As soon as you see the dark blue color, you're talking about 300 meters. 2 salt pans. Every one of the salt pans are more or less 30 centimeter depth. Like one ruler. 30 centimeter is 1 inch. Yeah? No.
100 centimeter.
Yeah, correct. So it's...
What? How much is one inch?
Yeah, I don't remember at all.
I don't remember that either. So it's not so depth. But this is a Cargill company, it's a North American company that is in charge of the salt production of the island. They are in charge since 1992, if I'm not mistaken, and they doing business here with a mother company in America. Only thing Bonaire exports is salt, but not because it's from Bonaire, but it's from the company. It's a private company. natural. They don't have any cost. It's a very great business to have. All they need is three things. Three main things for making the salt. And all what they need are pure natural. The first thing we need to make the salt is salt water. And we surround it. Salt water first. The second thing we need is the sunlight, the warmth. We have 12 hours maximum sunlight every day. We have a temperature of 82 degrees, 70% humidity every day. We're not known for a rainy island. Doesn't rain. 90 days of rain. 90 days of rain only of 360. And the days of rain is very particular. It's 5 minutes drops and then sunlight again. But it goes in the statistic for a day of rain. So we don't get much. We're not in the hurricane belt neither. So the third thing we need is time. And guess what? We have 365 days in here. So all the three main things for the salt production, we have it. So they just pump the water back more in the salt part. We're gonna see it. The water enters in two main ports into the lowland of the island. They pump it with windmills, natural too, with the wind. They pumped it into all of these other pans. When one of the pans are full with water, it takes 11 to 12 months before it evaporates. When it evaporates, the water, the salt remains. They scrape it, they pass with scrapers, they scrape it, they pile it up, they wash it with salt water back, and then they pile it up ready to be transported. The belt you see crossing the road, when we get out you can take a better look at it. With the transportation belt, convenient belt. They put the salt on it and it passes with the salt and dock it right into the ship. Okay, it's a very great company. 40 to 50 employees only working there. While one of the pans are waiting to be evaporated, ready to be harvested, just sit back, relax, take a coffee, and do container shop. The Hurricane Belt, as I mentioned, because we are close to the coast of Venezuela. We're laying only 50 miles from the coast of Venezuela. It's 1 hour and a half with a flight from here to Venezuela. So we are protected from the coast of Venezuela, thank you Lord. But sometimes we have the after effects of the hurricanes. And in 1996, there was the last after effect of the hurricane where you see those things, there's nesting turtle place. They close it up because probably their example, where you see the coconut trees, this was the famous beach of the Caribbean, the whole Caribbean. It was a flamingo on your left hand side, but you will see more. We will see more. This beach is called the Pink Beach. There's nothing pink left over, but it was called Pink Beach because all the sand all over here was pink. It had a pink sand. Lots more in the front. The slaves had to work 12 hours in one day, every day, from 6 o'clock in the morning till 6 o'clock in the evening. obelisk, we pass a red, we pass a blue, and a white one more in the south part. The obelisk is just a referring point to pick up the salt. When the salt are ready to be collected, they call in a ship, the master called in a ship, and the only thing the ship asks is where do I need to be? And they indicate the ship by the obelisk. Look for the blue obelisk, there you will collect the salt. Look for the orange obelisk, there you collect the salt. So that was the referring point by collecting salt, for collecting the salt. We can stop here, you can take pictures, look in the huts. Those are the same size they were built. Naturally, my friend, back there, it's easy, sitting position. Like you're sitting in a row, 4 on one side, 4 on the other side. But as I explained, most of them didn't like that situation. Before the huts was built in 1850, the slavery began in 1813, remember. So they were sleeping in campings before. Most of them left their goods inside of the huts and they slept in campings because they're more comfortable sleeping in camping than in the huts. And naturally, if we are 8 in one hut, 7 go out, I have my hotel for my own. Okay, or 2. 1 or 2 can sleep comfortable in one hut. But 6 to 8, no. But it's important to know, as I was mentioning to my friend in the back also, it's important to know your history, to understand your present, and most especially after to give value to what we have now and to, but most important is for it not to repeat in the future. But that's why we study the history, because it's important to know where we are and not to repeat in the future, because it was horrible. That was horrible. Here we are, flamingos. We're not allowed to exit the bus because we will scare them away. That's just the sand part, but I'll put the bus a little bit close to the side so you guys can take the pictures. For those of you who have the cameras, you can open the window, take a good shot, because the windows have some tints on it, so we can see the bright pink color. Yes. I'll sit at your side, you can continue driving, man. I'll be just standing. Since the beginning, you could have told me she's driving. I could have stand and talk with you guys face to face. Oh no, just take a picture. Just take a picture, man, and leave.
Water bottle? Rock? Mine? Oh no. Okay, yeah. Yes, please.
Okay, some information about the flamingos. One flamingo can live normally 27 to 30 years. Normally, that age. A lifetime of a flamingo depends on their activities. How many flights, how many hours of flight they do, cut off of their life. So some of the flamingos, Bonaire is only 50 miles from the coast of Venezuela. Sometimes they fly to Venezuela and they come back. But they don't do it often anymore. They fly to Aruba and come back. They don't do it anymore. Because in Aruba there's a beach that you can take picture with a flamingo, kiss a flamingo, because they cut the wings. They have no option anymore. So they will be domestic and they will stay there. But normally a flamingo, if I send one of you guys start walking towards that group, they all will fly away. Flamingo is very shy and they want their peace and quietness. That's normal flamingo. So normally a flamingo live up to 30 years, normally. But in good care, everyone is listening?
Yes.
Okay. But with good care, a flamingo can live up to 50 years with good care. Like in a zoo, you don't have much activities, no flying hours, cutting off of the life. They can live up to 50 years. That's great. A flamingo lay normally 1 egg in a year. But they discovered through the peace and quiet case that some of the flamingos here lay 2 eggs in a year. Or per year. So it's 1, but they lay in January and November. Just to say something. But they lay 2 eggs in a year. A flamingo, we can learn much from the flamingos in a couple life. A flamingo, they are soulmate. Once they get married, they don't separate anymore. If the male or the female dies, they don't look for any more couple. They will stay a widow. That's for life. That's bonded for life. The only one that's going out of the family is the child. Once it starts flying, it's going on own, take his own food and make his own life. But mama and papa always together. Always. That's for life. That's for life. For life.
Maybe.
Till death separates you. You took the vow. Okay, so that's the flamingo life. One more thing we can learn of the flamingo life. Normally when the ladies are pregnant, the papa is going around to the bars, getting congratulations, I'm a papa, the baby's born, I'm a papa, this and that. But in a flamingo life, it's contrary. When the mother, after giving birth, the mother's going out, taking congratulations, I'm a mama. The papa staying home, taking care of the baby. That's contrary in the flamingo life. How do you know which one is a male? How do you know which one is a female?
Males want to take care of the baby.
No, but if you see them like now, how can you distinguish which one is male, which one is female?
Males are prettier.
No. Sorry guys, just 1 second, just 1 second.
So how do you know?
Hello? Hello? No, sorry. No. If I look to a flamingo, the flamingo, you have to look at me. You have to look at me. Look at me now. When I look to a flamingo, and a flamingo that does this to me again is a female. That's natural because I'm a male. You believe me?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Why you don't believe me? I'm a tour guide. See the word I say, my brother. But it's good that you believe because I'm not telling the truth. You know the ladies, they are more like fancy, all those things. So the flamingo with the neck that is more like an S with more shape is the females. And the males, we have a few words. Baby, I said no. Not going on. Baby, I said go. We have few words. We are more straight. So the less like an S neck are the males. That's how you distinguish the female of a male. And one tricky question, why do you think a flamingo, when it's sleeping on one leg?
Energy?
That's a good one. That's a good one. I will use it in my next tour. Thank you, sir. Yoga, good. But it's not correct. It's not correct. Sorry? They will fall over. No. Tricky question. It's easy. Just think. Just think. If you are in water for a long period, what will happen?
Get tired.
You will get tired, okay? Sorry?
Conserving energy?
Talk high. Talk. I'm getting old.
Conserving
I'm
energy.
getting deaf. Sorry?
Conserving energy.
No. No. Remember, easy. Don't think too far. When you are in water for a long period, what will happen to your body? Yes. So to manage the temperature, they put one leg in water and they warm the other one under the wings. When they're feeling, oh, I'm getting cold, they put the warm one in water and they put the cold one under the wings to heat it up back. That's how they can manage to stay long periods in water. Never forget it back. Never forget it. What you see that is going like this in the back, what do you think it is? They are walking and it's going like this. No, by the flamingo. You see the flamingo there? Look in the back, there's something like this.
The leg.
Yeah, what from the leg is that?
It's the elbow.
Knee.
It's the knee.
No. Ankle. So from that point all the way down is this. This is the ankle and this are the other one, and the toes are the black thing you see hanging in the water. Those are the toes that are hanging in the water. But the ankle, the knee, sorry, is all the way more under the wing. Right? You got a lot of information about flamingos. We will continue because we're getting traffic in the back.
Good.
Oh, they're all on that.
Bunch over there. Ooh, there's a whole bunch over there. See them? Oh my goodness, they're way over there. Look at all of them.
Look at your left hand side, a group of flamingos all the way in the back.
Oh my. Nice.
Sometimes they are a lot more. But see the bright pink, beautiful color. Only in Bonaire. And I'll save the best for last. Okay? In Bonaire, the schools from 4 years old till 18 years are mandatory. So you cannot stay at home, don't want to go to school. Parents, mama and papa can have a fine. The police will come at home. The children police will come at home, pick you up, drop you at school, and mama and papa will have a fine to pay because the schools are mandatory. After 18 years, you can decide, I don't want to study, I don't like school, you can stay home, you can do whatever you want. But before that, must be in school. It's a must. The children that needs special education because they have bad manners and behavior, the governor will take them over. They will put them in a special school that is called Forza. It's power, as I can translate it. But it's called Forza. And there they will get special education. One-on-one education with specialists, teachers, educators, till they have the good manner and behavior, they are disciplined to go back in the community. You can compare it like a jail, but it's not a jail because they have free will. They still can decide, they can go out, some weekends, go home, visit mom and papa and go back. Build a bridge so the traffic could continue. And it goes into the lowland. The streaming goes into the lowland. Okay, this is one. Yes, we don't have university on the island.
That's very
So
tight.
after you finish your high school, if you want to continue with your master or keep forming yourself, you have to go abroad. And keep on forming and being the Papiamento now that we recognize as a language. that we speak.
Oh, this bridge is a long
So
way.
most
Thank you,
people
Jesus.
speaks 4 languages.
I was a little nervous for a minute.
Yeah.
That's the second import. This is the second import. And in the front at your left side, you can see the windmills that pumps the water.
Whole bunch of flamingos.
Health insurance here in Bonaire is bound on your ID card, your identification card. Once you have your identification card, you have a free health insurance that covers from an aspirin till an abrupt surgery that we cannot perform on the island. So with no cost, you have everything you have. I wouldn't cross. So it's fully covered. Where the money comes from? The money comes from, a part comes from Holland to put in the pot for the health insurance for the population, and the other part of the money comes from everybody that works on the island that has a salary that is above the minimum rate. The minimum rate salary is $1,200. As soon as you're gaining more than $1,200, you have to pay the 30% of the salary that goes directly for the tax of health insurance. It's a lot. But if you have to pay from your own pocket an air ambulance flight to Colombia, because we work with Colombia with air ambulance. We have the air ambulance here on the island, and we fly out our patients to Colombia for treatments. If you have to pay that air ambulance flight from your own pocket, you cannot afford it. One ambulance flight with all the health package to Colombia is $50,000. So if you put in balance, pay the 30% tax or pay the $50,000, you will pay the 30%. You will come to Bonaire, you will find a job by a boss who wants to hire you. You will get the permit of your boss, you will deliver that at the immigration, and you will get the permit to live and stay on the island. And you will have the health insurance, naturally. That's the first. The second way, you see the possibility to invest in the island. You have a company back where you're living, and you see there's an opportunity for my company to expand on Bonaire. So you come with your plan, your master plan, you present it. If they give you the approval, naturally you're your own boss, so you will sign your own paper for your permit on the island. That's the second way. The third way is one of the easiest ways, but sometimes the hardest way. For the girls, look for a boy, get married, and for the boys, look for a girl and get married. Yes, for the boys, look for a girl and get married. For the girls, look for a boy and get married. And naturally, you will be a citizen because of the Bonairean guy you married with. So those are the three ways you can be part of Bonaire, a citizen in Bonaire. The left side is a wetland. That bay is called the Luck Bay. It's very shallow. You can walk all the way out. And the water will stay approximately at your knees or hip. One of the two.